Time for this news blast from the Pep Radio newsroom. This story comes from Popsugar about a family from Colorado. This story was written by Tiffany Nieslanik. As a parent raising a transgender child in Colorado, I feel immense gratitude for the protections our state provides. We've had no challenges navigating healthcare or school policies. None of our friends or family have turned away from us or misgendered our child. I know how incredibly rare our experience is, given that I've had multiple conversations with parents I've never met who live in red states, have transgender children, and are considering uprooting their whole lives for the safety of their child. I've never not cried during one of these conversations. I'm livid that every transgender child in this country doesn't get the sort of institutional support that mine does. And given the re-election of Donald Trump and now the new inauguration, I fear this is only going to become more common. Project 2025, a conservative blueprint for the Trump administration, advocates for a binary definition of sex, wants to remove terms like sexual orientation and gender identity from federal laws, prohibits federal funding for gender-affirming care, and promotes research into the negative effects of such care, among other efforts to undermine the rights of LGBTQ plus families. Arguably, though, state laws are going to make the big difference. The 2025 legislative season is barely underway, yet nearly 120 anti-trans and anti-LGBTQ plus bills have already been introduced across the country. These laws aim to restrict healthcare, education, and public accommodations rights. A 2024 study showed that such laws directly correlate with an increase in suicide attempts among LGBTQ plus youth. Despite heartbreaking testimonies from doctors, parents, and LGBTQ plus folks, many red state legislators continue to push these harmful measures forward. For families like mine, living in a blue state provides a sense of security, but the fight for equality is far from over. Now, more than ever, blue states have a responsibility to lead, not only to protect their residents, but to serve as a counterbalance to a potential federal rollback of rights under a Trump administration. Blue states have not only the power, but also the responsibility of advancing policies that can help protect the most vulnerable communities, says Ezra Levine, co-executive director of Indivisible, a progressive grassroots movement. Levin points to governors in states such as California, Colorado, and Illinois as examples of leaders who are already engaging in proactive measures, including calling special seasons and forming coalitions like Governors Safeguarding Democracy. So, how can you get involved to help the LGBTQ plus community? If you want to make a difference, start by paying attention to what's happening at a local level. Attend school board meetings, research city council agendas, and engage with local leaders. Find pro-equality candidates and support them, whether through donations, volunteering, or simply spreading the word. If you already have representatives aligned with your values, let them know their work is appreciated. A simple thank you can go a long way. Next, get in touch with others in your community who share your values and also want to act in some way, whether that's forming mutual aid programs, supporting a candidate, running a letter writing campaign, or something else. As Levin says, individually, we have almost no power, but organized, even in small groups, gives us power to push our officials. It also gives us the comfort of being in community. If you aren't sure where to start with connecting with others, Bridges suggests contacting Equality Federation, which has a presence in almost every state. National organizations with local footprints like Indivisible, PFLAG, and Chamber of Mothers are also great resources. Bridges says that if none of this works, simply meeting up for coffee and talking with others will be important and helpful if you have folks you can trust. Storytelling and connections with the community are essential pieces of changing hearts and minds. For further information about this article, check out the link on the Pep Radio Blue Sky page. And you might want to check out Pennsylvania Equality Project's website and Facebook page. We have more music coming up next, right after this weather forecast, here on Pep Radio.